Whispers in the Shadows. Deep in the Appalachian wilderness, there was an old logging town named Ash Hollow, long abandoned and forgotten. The place was said to be cursed. Locals whispered about the black pines that surrounded it, trees so thick and gnarled that sunlight barely reached the forest floor. Beneath their canopy, strange things had been seen: shadows moving against the wind, figures without faces, and whispers that called your name. Eager for adventure, four friends, Emma, Caleb, Nora, and Blake, decided to explore the town, armed with flashlights, camping gear, and a thirst for urban legends. They arrived at dusk, the forest already cloaked in an eerie gloom. The air was heavy, laced with the scent of damp earth and decay. The town was a ruin, buildings sagging under the weight of time. They set up camp in the shell of what once was a church, its spire cracked and leaning like a finger pointing toward the heavens, or perhaps warning against what lay below. That night, the whispers began. At first, they thought it was the wind threading through the trees, but the sound was too deliberate, too close. Each whisper was a soft sigh of their names. Emma was the first to hear it, jolting awake in the cold hours before dawn. "Did you hear that?" she asked, her voice trembling. The others stirred, groggy and irritated. Caleb dismissed her concerns. "It's just the wind. Go back to sleep." But when they all heard it, Nora's name drawn out like a lover's call, they froze. "Who's there?" Blake shouted into the dark, his voice cracking. The whisper stopped, leaving an oppressive silence. The following day, they explored the town. They found old journals in the collapsed library, pages brittle and stained. One entry caught Nora's eye. "The shadows come at dusk. They wear our faces, but are not us. Do not follow the whispers." Emma's flashlight flickered. The shadows in the corners of the room seemed to stretch toward her. She swore she saw something, a figure, black and featureless, watching her from the doorway. When she turned to point it out, it was gone. By the second night, the group was fraying. Blake insisted they leave, but the narrow dirt road they'd driven in on seemed to twist in impossible directions, leading them back to the town every time. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, carrying the timbre of their own voices. Nora disappeared first. She had followed a voice, her mother's, calling her from the woods. They searched for hours, their shouts swallowed by the forest. When they found her, she was standing motionless among the black pines, her eyes wide and blank. She wouldn't speak, wouldn't move. By dawn, Caleb was gone, too. His tent was empty, his belongings scattered as if he had left in a hurry. Emma and Blake found his flashlight on the church steps, its beam pointing into the woods where claw-like branches beckoned. As night fell again, Emma and Blake barricaded themselves inside the church. The whispers were relent,